last night, we went to go see the brand new Will Ferrell, Jamie Foxx led dog movie, live action dogs with the little animated moving mouths called Strays. A very R-rated movie that even in a poster, they make sure to emphasize, so no parents take little Lisa and Jimmy to go see it. Very much an R-rated movie. Let me emphasize again. This is very much an R-rated movie. Now, as of right now, Ray, you might want to look it up, see what Strays... When I last checked, Strays had a, let's call it at best mediocre rating at 57% critic rating.
It's at 60%.
Oh, it's gone up.
With 56 reviews.
All right, it's gone up. Because I'll tell you right now, I think this movie is wonderful. I loved this movie. Now, let me say up front, really vulgar humor is not for everybody. And there's nothing wrong with that. That's totally great. And I completely understand that if really vulgar humor is not your cup of tea, this movie will not work for you as well as it did for me. All right. But for me, one other caveat, if you're not a dog owner, you also may not have, there may be some of the jokes that go over your head. There are some jokes in here that truly only a dog owner will get is even a joke. But there are some very deep cut dog owner jokes in this that made us howl. But howling, we did. No pun intended. My laugh per minute ratio in this movie was almost as high as Joyride?
Oh, dang.
Joyride. Not as high, not as funny as Joyride.
Okay.
But it was almost as high. I don't know what it is. Comedies have really struggled over the past 5, 6, 7 years. This year, we've had some comedies that first of all, now 2 comedies that I'm desperately in love with. Joyride and now Strays. I love these comedies. Then there was a couple of other little comedies.
No Hard Feelings.
No Hard Feelings. That was a good little comedy. It wasn't great, but that was a good little comedy. And then, what was it? The Blackening?
The Blackening.
Yes, the Blackening.
Blackening, again, not great, but a good little comedy. This, for me, has been a pretty darn good year for comedies. Okay, so getting to this. First of all, is that Will Arnett? No, it's not Will Arnett. Who's the owner in Strays?
It's, oh, God. Let me
I'm freezing on his name. It's not Will Arnett.
Will Forte?
Will Forte, thank you. Will Forte is awesome as the vile, evil, I believe the character's name is Doug, as just the horrible dog owner. And, somebody yesterday wrote in and said, you will never listen to Miley Cyrus's song Wrecking Ball the same again. Dead true. Dead true. I will never hear that song the same way again. Whenever I hear that song, I will think of something that involves Doug in this movie. And I'm just going to leave it at that, not give away any spoilers. Randall Park as the voice of the big dog with the cone on his head. Positively delightful.
Oh, yay.
Isla Fisher as the shepherd kind of dog there. Absolutely delightful. Jamie Foxx kills it. Some of my favorite moments in the movie are when Jamie Foxx and Will Ferrell, who plays Reggie, the one with the red bandana, whenever they see a postman, just the profanity-laden spewing of hatred that it just killed me every single time. And in the midst of all that, some legitimate moments that make you feel really good. And not just from the laughing, but like some really good moments in the film. Guys, we want to take a second to thank a sponsor of today's video, Mint Mobile. Signing your life away to a big wireless provider is kind of like being trapped on a roller coaster from hell. Sure, it looks like fun at first. They probably even threw in a free phone, but now you can't get off. Month after month of insane bills and unexpected thrills, like overages and surprise fees. If that sounds like your current big wireless plan, it's time to get off the ride with Mint Mobile. For a limited time, wireless plans from Mint Mobile are just $15 a month. That's unlimited talk, text, and data for just $15 a month. You guys know before before I came to Mint Mobile, I was paying triple what I am paying now on the standard big wireless plan, and I will never go back. All plans come with unlimited talk, text, and high-speed data delivered on the nation's largest 5G network. Use your own phone with any Mint Mobile plan and bring your phone number along with all your existing contacts. To get your new unlimited wireless plan for just $15 a month and get the plan shipped right to your door for free, go to mintmobile.com/Campea. That's mintmobile.com/Campea. Cut your wireless bill to just $15 a month at mintmobile.com/Campea. That put a smile on your heart, sort of thing. Odd little cameos here, there, be they just voice cameos or
Rob Riggle. Rob Riggle was.
Was he the dog?
The cop dog.
Was the cop dog?
I think. And Sofia Vergara was the couch. Delilah.
Oh, that's who she was. I was wondering if she
Delilah.
was the Afghan, but she was the couch. Okay. That makes sense now. But like all the little appearances all added something to it. There's this dog that they come across at a county fair that has a punchline that we talked about in the car drive home afterwards. I mean, again, it's the sheer laugh per minute ratio of it. Also, how they got these dogs to be. Have you been to Animal Actors at Universal?
Yes.
The now defunct? Anne's almost positive Reggie was one of those dogs.
Oh, I'm sure.
And I wouldn't doubt that was one, because we went to that a lot before they closed it down. But the dogs themselves were
Wait,
amazing.
Animal Actors got shut down?
Yeah.
You didn't know that?
No.
I didn't know
Yeah,
that
like
either.
6 months ago, they had their final performance and
Come
they
on.
shut it down.
Yeah, they put
Yeah,
the
they're
animals
building
to
something
sleep.
else
It was really
How
sad.
dare you?
Anne was so upset.
We used to have Logan go with us because
Did
he
you really
hates
just say
birds
that?
so much. And we'd just sit and laugh at Logan.
That was my favorite part of that, when they bring out the Harry Potter owls
Oh, yeah.
and they like fly right over.
The owls, he was like, you stay over there. I respect you. It's when it's the birds at the end that fly out the back where he's like, no.
Yeah,
This
no
is
way.
not good. But
Oh, man.
so the dogs themselves were great. The animation, the CGI on their mouths moving was impeccable. Like really, really well done. I mean, it's not an important part of the movie, but it makes sure it never pulled you out of the movie with some weird lip work on the dogs or something. It always felt really organic and very real. I don't know what else to tell you. This is not a movie that we are going to be talking about 7 years from now. But it does what the core responsibility of a movie is. You go out to the movie theater, you sit down, and hopefully you walk out having had a really good experience. And I cannot speak for the 40% of the film critics that watched this and clearly didn't like it. Again, it's not for everybody. No problem. No problem. It is not for everybody. But if you are anything like me, I think you're going to have, if you like films like Step Brothers or Ron Burgundy, the Legend of Ron Burgundy, Anchorman. If you like movies like that, I think you can go into this movie and I think you're going to laugh a lot. Ray, I don't think you liked it as much as me, but I heard you laughing a lot in that theater.
Because there's a lot of parts in it that, like, if you really like dogs, like they kind of tug at your heartstrings a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
With the treatment, sometimes bad, of owners. But you know what? It started off slow for me, but towards the end, it was just, the ball just kept getting bigger and bigger, and then I was full blown all in by the end. But yeah, I think it's a good movie. If you're a dog lover, especially, you got to see this movie.
Oh, yeah.
It's different.
And you raise a good point, because a lot of these movies can start off strong, and then as you get towards the payoff, they start to fizzle out. This one just kept building and building and building.
And I'm going to say this, where it went better and like it built up, none of it was in the trailer. So don't worry. Oh
yeah, when we were worried that
like-
all the best parts of the trailer,
right.
the best parts are not in the trailer
trailer
of this movie.
That's good.
Like, not in the least. There's a couple of moments that I kind of wish weren't in the trailers, like Bug, that's the Jamie Foxx dog, saying, how can this get any worse? And then the eagle comes down and picks him up. I kind of wish that wasn't in the trailer, but still, the audience, when that happened, I don't know if anybody else in the audience had seen it, because the audience was howling at that.
Yeah.
Anyway, and there's my favorite scene in any movie ever involving rabbits. I'm going to say my favorite scene in any movie ever that involves rabbits. I'll leave it there. you'll see what I'm talking about. I love this movie. I can't recommend it highly enough. But again, only 60% of the critics like it, so it may or may not be your cup of tea. Your mileage may vary. Hey guys, thanks for watching our video. Make sure you like and subscribe, but also we have a daily podcast called the John Campea Show podcast, available on your favorite podcasting app of choice. Go and find it, the John Campea Show podcast, on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, or your preferred podcasting app.